Today I am going to explain a survival movie, called All Is Lost. Spoilers ahead, watch out and take care. A man sails the Indian Ocean alone. His name is Robert Redford. He is sleeping in his boat, then suddenly there is a jolt and he wakes up. When he wakes up and sees that there is seawater starts filling up because of a huge hole in his boat. When he gets to the top of the boat, he knows that there is an iron container in the sea that has collided with his boat. That container is badly stuck inside the boat. The boat is slowly filling with water. He tries to remove his boat with the help of the rod, but that container is huge that it doesn't move even the slightest. Robert thinks a little. Robert brings a sea anchor from inside of his boat. Then Robert ties that sea anchor from that container. Robert throws that sea anchor into the water. Then sea anchor carries the large floating container away from the boat. Robert again takes the boat near the container and brings back sea anchor. He goes ahead from there. But since there is still a big hole in the side of the boat, therefore there is still seawater coming inside the boat. All navigation and communication equipment malfunctions because of getting wet in seawater. Robert makes glue from the material on the boat and sticks it on the whole part. He takes out the water accumulated in the boat with a manual pump. He tries to fix the faulty radio, and he connects that radio to the boat's battery and operates it. He also has contact with someone, but in the middle, that radio gets damaged again. On the boat, he has food and drink, and alcohol. Then he eats food. But after a while, a fierce storm comes into the sea. Robert wears their raincoat and goes out to the boat, and tries to control the boat. This storm can do a lot of damage to the boat, but Robert does not want to damage his boat again in these circumstances. Then suddenly a wave of water comes and hits Robert. He falls into the sea. But because of the rope tied around his waist, Robert gets into the boat again. Robert binds the sea anchor and throws it in the sea. He does this so that his boat starts moving towards the flow of water. Then his boat capsizes due to the collision of a very big wave, but after some time that boat becomes straight on its own. Due to overturning, that boat has been damaged a lot. When Robert enters the boat again, he knows that there has been another big hole inside the boat. Again the boat starts filling up with water. Robert has understood that this boat is no longer safe for him. Now Robert takes out a life raft from its boat, and throws it into the sea, and ties it with the help of a rope. He goes inside that life raft and closes its cover and sleeps inside. The next morning, by the time Robert opens the cover of the life raft, the storm is over. Robert returns to the boat using a rope tied between the life raft and boat. Due to the filling of too much water in the boat starts sinking slowly. Now Robert goes inside that boat and starts extracting the goods it needs. He takes out the food items, cans of drinking water, and whatever is necessary from his boat, and throws them on the upper side of the boat. Picks up the stuff and takes it to his life raft and sits there. Robert unties the rope between the boat and life raft, and slowly starts away. He watches his boat sinking slowly in the sea. Robert opens a cardboard box in which is a wooden box. That wooden box contains a sextant. Sextant, an instrument with a graduated arc of 60 degrees and a sighting mechanism, used for measuring the angular distances between objects and especially for taking altitudes in navigation and surveying. Robert detects the direction of departure with the help of a sextant. And now he goes to sleep. When he wakes up, he sees that his life raft is filled with water. He gets that water out of that life raft. Robert moves from there. He wants to go there, where big ships have water pass by. He wants to do this so that if he comes in front of any ships, so they can save his life. But the journey of Robert is not so easy, because huge storms are coming in his path. His life raft gets filled with water again and again. And once, his life raft also overturns, due to which the robot jumps into the sea and straightens its life raft again. Robert is very tired, but he still doesn't give up. Slowly the air starts coming out of his life raft, and the water starts filling again. Now his food is also completely over. But still, he doesn't give up hope. Even when he starts drinking water. Then he comes to know that due to the opening of that water cane's lid, the seawater filled in it, which is not fit to drink. After that Robert cries, screams, but still doesn't give up. The next day, he cuts that water canes and fills it with seawater. Then after a while, by tying polythene on it, he makes such a jugaad, in which the dewdrops could collect and makes water. Robert drinks water. That water is too little, but it is enough to keep the robot's hope alive. After a long journey, Robert has reached that path through which the ships pass. Then suddenly Robert sees a ship. Robert points to that ship. Then Robert burns a flare and screams a lot, but that ship passes close to Robert. He looks at the ship as if watching his boat sink. His hopes also begin to waver. Robert waits for another ship lying in the boat. Then a fish gets caught in his fishing net. As he is taking that fish out, a shark eats his fish. Then suddenly Robert knows that there are a lot of sharks hovering under his life raft. Now another ship comes in front of Robert the same night. And he burns another flare out of the 3, but this time also no one could see him. Due to seawater and sunlight, Robert's hands start getting blisters. Now he has some water left for drinking, and gradually his hope also starts breaking. After that, Robert writes a letter in which he apologizes to someone. He puts that letter into a glass jar and throws it in the sea. Then Robert falls asleep comfortably. Then when he wakes up in the night, he sees another ship in the water. After that, Robert tears his book and puts it in the cut box, and sets fire. Being tired, he did not even have enough strength to shout, but gradually Robert's life raft catches fire. Robert jumps into the sea to escape the fire. He is in the middle of the ocean, he has lost all hope. After which Robert starts committing suicide in the sea. He slowly starts going into the depths of the ocean. He's looking up, but he doesn't feel guilty, because he has tried his best to save his life. As he looks up, he sees his life raft burning. Then suddenly a lifeboat comes there. Robert sees that lifeboat and floats rapidly upwards. Someone puts a hand in the ocean to pull it towards him. Robert grabs that hand. Eventually Robert's life is saved. Subscribe for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.